It was just another Tuesday for Mark, or so he thought. A single dad, working 2 jobs just to keep a roof over his daughter Lily's head, and food on their table. This morning, though, the cupboards were almost bare. He had exactly $18 to his name, $18 to last them until his next paycheck, which was still days away. He clutched the worn bills in his pocket as he walked Lily to the school bus, her small hand warm in his. "I love you, Daddy," she'd said, her bright eyes shining with a trust that both warmed and broke his heart. After dropping her off, he sat at the bus stop, waiting for the crosstown bus to take him to his first job as a janitor. The city's morning rush was a blur of hurried faces and honking cars. He felt invisible, another face in the crowd, his worries a heavy cloak on his shoulders. He pulled out the $18, smoothing the crumpled bills. He could get a loaf of bread, some milk, maybe a can of soup. It would be tight, but they would manage. They always did. That's when he saw her. An elderly woman, her face etched with worry, fumbling through her purse. Her hands were shaking, and a quiet sob escaped her lips. "I can't believe it," she whispered to herself. "It's gone. My wallet, my bus pass, my money. Everything." People bustled past her, oblivious or uncaring. But Mark couldn't look away. He saw his own mother in her frail posture, his own despair in her panicked eyes. He knew what he had to do. His own needs faded into the background. Walked over, his heart pounding. "Excuse me, ma'am," he said softly. "I overheard." "Are you all right?" She looked up, startled, tears welling. "I've lost my wallet," she explained, her voice trembling. "I need to get to the hospital for my husband's appointment, and I don't know what to do." Without a second thought, Mark unfolded the $18 in his hand. His last $18, the money for their food. He looked at her desperate face, then pressed the bills into her hand. "Here," he said. "Please, take this. It's not much, but I hope it helps you get where you need to go." The woman stared at the money, then at him, her expression a mix of shock and overwhelming gratitude. "Oh no, I can't. This is..." "Please," Mark insisted. "Someone has to help." She finally accepted, her hand closing over his. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. "God bless you, young man. How can I ever repay you?" Mark just smiled. "No need. Just be safe." He watched her board the next bus, a sense of peace settling over him despite the empty feeling in his pocket. He decided to walk to work. It was a long walk, but his heart felt lighter than it had in a long time. That night, dinner was a simple bowl of rice he'd found in the back of the pantry. Lily didn't complain. They read stories, and she fell asleep in his arms, her breath warm against his chest. Mark lay awake for hours, a gnawing worry in his gut. What would they eat tomorrow? Had he made a terrible mistake? He prayed for a sign, for some small miracle to get them through. The next morning, his prayer was answered in a way he could never have imagined. He was making Lily's breakfast to last to the rice when a low rumble started outside. It grew louder and louder. He peeked through the blinds of his small, run-down house. His heart leaped into his throat. 5 sleek, black SUVs, the kind you only see in movies, were parked in a line on his street, surrounding his tiny home. Men in sharp, dark suits were getting out, their faces serious. Mark's mind raced. Was he in trouble? Had he done something wrong? He clutched Lily's hand, his protective instincts kicking in. A firm, polite knock echoed through the house. Taking a deep breath, he opened the door just a crack. A tall, well-dressed man stood on his porch. He didn't look threatening, but his presence was incredibly intimidating. "Are you Mark Jensen?" the man asked, his voice calm and professional. Mark nodded numbly. "Yes, that's me." The man smiled, a genuine, warm smile that instantly eased some of Mark's fear. "My name is Arthur. I'm the personal assistant to Mr. Harrison. You met his wife, Eleanor, at the bus stop yesterday." The name didn't register at first. Then, the image of the elderly woman, her worried face, her grateful tears, flashed in his mind. The lady. Is she okay? Mark asked, his concern immediate. She is more than okay. Thanks to you, Arthur replied. Mr. Harrison is one of the wealthiest men in this city. His wife enjoys taking the bus occasionally to feel normal. She has early-stage dementia and sometimes gets confused. Yesterday was one of those days. She'd left her wallet at home. Your kindness not only helped her get to the hospital, it saved her from a very distressing and potentially dangerous situation. Mark was stunned into silence. He had no idea. He was just helping someone who looked like they needed it. Mr. Harrison was incredibly moved by your selflessness, Arthur continued. He did a little research. He knows about your situation, your struggles as a single father. He believes that kindness like yours should not go unrewarded. He has a proposition for you. Arthur gestured towards the lead SUV. Mr. Harrison would like to meet you. He's waiting for you. Mark, still in a daze, looked down at Lily, who was hiding behind his leg. He then looked back at Arthur, at the fleet of luxury cars, and the new life that was suddenly, impossibly, parked right outside his door. His simple act of kindness, giving away his last $18, had set in motion a chain of events that was about to change everything. Stepping out of his house, he walked towards the SUV, towards a future he could never have dreamed of. Mr. Harrison, a kind-faced older gentleman, greeted him with a firm handshake. He wasn't just offered a job. He was offered a new beginning, a management position in one of his logistics companies, with a salary that made Mark's head spin. He was given a new, fully furnished house in a safe neighborhood, with a garden for Lily to play in. A trust fund was set up for Lily's education, ensuring she would have every opportunity he never did. Tears streamed down Mark's face as he listened. It felt like a dream. He thought back to the moment at the bus stop. The choice he'd made, he had given away everything he had, and in return, he had received everything he had ever wanted and more. His life and Lily's life were forever changed. This story is a powerful reminder that you never know the impact a small act of kindness can have. It can ripple outwards, touching lives and returning to you in the most unexpected and beautiful ways. It's about more than just money. It's about seeing the humanity in others and acting with compassion, even when you have little to give. One selfless choice, one moment of connection, can truly change the world, starting with your own. Thank you so much for watching. If this story touched your heart, please hit that like button, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content, and share this video with someone who needs a little reminder of the power of kindness. We'll see you in the next one.